Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast for the week. It's our third week doing this. We've got a great show in store for you. I'm Dale.
I'm Alec.
And I'm Jacob.
With the energy.
I always have energy.
So this week, I've got a bit of a topic for us. So I had this idea that if you could have you could just know any stat about yourself, what would it be? You just kind of just know the stat in the back of your head, just some weird, something random.
Now, does this have to be like a stat that's useful? Like it's like
No.
how what is my credit score so I can help?
Sure.
You could Google that. You could know anything, and you're like, "What's my credit score?"
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think like practical applications. Because like what could you know about yourself that would actually help you in the real world?
How many times I've dumped at exactly 6 o'clock
Like PM or AM?
p.m. for sure.
Why though?
Huh?
Is that like a good time for you?
Yeah. So that way I I'm keeping consistent with it.
But what if you find out it's totally not consistent?
Then
But
I
like,
know I
what
need to start.
does it entail? Does it like you stop at 7, or is it like you start at 7?
No, 6, dude.
Sorry, 6. Fuck.
You start
Is
at
like
6.
you start at 6 or you end
You start
at
at
6?
6. Like,
What if you start at 59 and you end at 6:01?
doesn't count. You got to start
Wow.
at 6.
That's a really specific stat.
Pacific, like the
It's a
ocean.
Pacific. It's an Atlantic stat. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean, cause like, if it was not at 6 o'clock, then I would like strive my hardest. I would set like an alarm for like 5:50.
Like a real life achievement.
Yeah,
Where it's
exactly.
like,
And you're like trying to reach 1,000 by next year.
1,000 6 o'clock poops.
1,000 6 o'clock poops by next year. We're at
That's what you're going with.
Yeah.
6 o'clock poop.
Exactly.
my
Not
answer.
just like an overall number of how many times you
Yeah,
flush
no.
the toilet.
Yeah, clock in. That's my answer.
Well,
lock
technically,
in,
it's like
not
how
clock
many
in.
times you flush the toilet around like 6:05.
I mean, you can flush the toilet.
You
whenever
could you could
want.
insinuate that the stat means more, right? Because you could then lead into like approximately when you flush the toilet, so you could like estimate it by how many times you take the poop exactly at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. So you just kind of like
Dang,
yeah,
this would be
you-
like a project.
take mean, median, and mode. It's gonna be a new math problem.
Yeah,
If a man takes a dump at 6 o'clock every day and this is all of his end times, add them together, find the median.
yeah. How far will the shadow be cast?
Yeah.
You know, something.
The poop shadow.
The poop shadow. Dale, what do you think? What would your stat be?
Mine would be my overall distance traveled in life.
Hmm.
Are you talking like steps, or are you talking like how would it be
Talking
measured?
like miles, whether it be walked, flown, driven.
Now, if
whatever it
you pace
is.
back and forth, does that add?
If I do what?
So, I'm trying to figure out: is it like a pedometer? Are you basically you want a pedometer in your head?
Pretty much,
like-
except for like. So imagine you're this little like tiny little GPS point on a map. Just how much does that move around within like house to going over the sea?
I just feel like there's so much more we could do with this, but we're just not breaching.
Real question.
Well, we'll leave leave your ideas in the comments. What
Yeah.
stat you would have?
Real question. Does it like, is it like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off meme? Like if you go backwards, it subtracts off of it. Like if you
Whoa.
walk backwards or drive backwards.
If you travel to Florida, it's like 100,000 miles, but if you travel back, it's 100. It's like not.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's like you didn't even move.
I mean, I don't know who lives 100,000 miles from Florida.
No, because then
Yeah.
you essentially always like return back to where you're home. So then you just never
Right.
really travel.
So-
no,
So it's like a pedometer.
basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see how that'd be cool. I don't know how that'd be practical.
It's
in pretty much.
This
any
isn't a
way.
practical question.
Well, dig deeper.
It's more of an aesthetic.
dig deeper. Think harder. I think I have nothing. I don't know what I'd want to know about myself.
You could know anything about you, and you don't have no idea.
I already know like generally everything about me. I feel like.
You know how many times in your time,
maybe I couldn't give you an exact number, but like
how many times you've pooped at
yeah,
6
life's
o'clock?
too short for exact numbers.
What about like total hours
Who gives a
slept?
shit? No, I don't want to know that. Because, like, that's too many. I already know it's too many. Because no matter what happens, even if I'm going to be late for something, I'm still sleeping 8 hours. I could give you a rough estimate of that.
I'm trying to think of a better one, but honestly, I can't think of anything better than keeping track of how many times you pooped at 6 o'clock.
Maybe like how many times I was truly excited for something.
Like
Like
your heart was like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
like
yeah,
we're about to do
yeah.
this.
Like butterflies in the stomach, kind of like what was I really, really excited about? Because then as soon as that stat pinks in your head, and as soon as that number rolls over from 1 to 2, you immediately know that you yourself are truly excited. It's like a judgment beyond your own comprehension.
Going out for that, I would say like how many times in my life I've been like truly relaxed.
Yeah, I'm 0.
I'm like a hard 0. Because like I go on vacation and I'm like, all right, I have a set schedule. Let's do all these things. Otherwise, it's not a good vacation.
Yeah. I think maybe the only time I was truly relaxed is when I finish getting drunk. Because, like, when I start, it's like a mission. I'm not relaxed because it's like I'm so damn determined to be relaxed later.
I thought you were going to stop at finish.
Oh, no.
When I finish.
When I finish.
Hey.
Ladies.
Oh, man. But I feel like there could be a practical use to this stat, but
totally
I feel like I would only use it for aesthetic purposes.
You know what? I would want my stat to be whatever gets me paid the most. You know how many quintile studies you could be totally accurate for?
Ooh, you actually just spawned a little thought. What if you always knew your exact net worth?
But, like, it's always going to be so low.
But
like, you could calculate
in
your
the
net
sense
worth,
that if
right?
you knew it changed, like it went down, then you would know like something happened, and like
but
if
you
had
wouldn't know
stocks or
what,
something, right?
Because your net, well, I mean, if you're in stocks, but like your net worth is calculated by like everything you own. So like your net worth would constantly be going down because your car is 100% always deteriorating in value. Everything you own technology-wise is always deteriorating in value. So I think it would be a depressing-ass stat to have.
I constantly have like less than $6 in my bank account, so...
Right. But then on top of that, it's like, yeah, but I own a lot of nice things, but those are all losing value every minute.
Yeah. So, that would be a pretty
That'd
upsetting
be really
stat, unless I
upsetting.
was like ridiculously wealthy, which won't happen.
Yeah, but even then, like, they're losing money, just not at as fast of a pace.
But then like you go to work and you just see that number, you just keep ticking up every minute.
I guess that could be like a nice little like,
Motivator.
all right, let's keep working. We
or
gotta
like,
keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, like, but if you own like a car and you're making payments on your car, every time you make a payment, your net worth doesn't change because of you probably paying whatever $2,000, and it's also worth $2,000 less now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, maybe not to that extent, but you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
That's difficult. It's a difficult little...
I feel
little
like
road.
it could be. I think the optimist in me would want to be excited about it, because like as soon as if I paid for something that was like if I paid $5 for something that's worth $10, then my net worth goes up. But then I'd be excited about that. But as soon as I lose money on something, it would be depressing. And I feel like you'd lose money a lot more than you would gain net worth.
I feel like I'd always want to know how many hairs I have on my head.
Yeah.
So that way you can like compare if you go and get a haircut. Also, I'm very afraid of balding, so like I could constantly be monitoring how many hairs I have, and like, went down a lot this week.
See, but then you'd lose more because you'd just be
I
stressing
would lose
about it
more
all
hair.
the time.
Yeah, that's true actually. Man,
Because then the amount of times you're truly relaxed would just be zero.
that's true. Like
you
it
would
would
never
be
be
it would
truly
be less
relaxed.
than 1.
You'd always be thinking about your hair.
It'd be less than 0 maybe. It'd be negative. What is less than relaxed? Well,
Less than relaxed
like,
is stressed.
Distressed, yeah.
Less than
That was
stressed.
the dumb
about
question.
content?
Content. I could do with a nice content.
Yeah.
Just a nice
It's
content.
kind of boring, but it is, it is real.
Thus is life.
It's very real.
But, yeah, probably be, still probably
Now-
the poops.
Now, you had a second part to this, right, Dill?
I did. Now, what if, kind of like you had a HUD, and just above everybody's head, you just saw a stat about everybody. Everybody has the same stat above their head, but just everybody has, like, their own stat, basically, for something.
Okay.
And what would you choose?
So, question, does, like, everybody choose what they see in everyone else?
No, like, you pick one stat, and then it just shows for everybody what
This
that
is only
stat
for
is.
you.
Oh, it's only for me. Okay, I was wondering if, like, other people had a stat that they chose for everyone else.
Oh, I don't know.
So, like, I might see the stat that, like, how much,
6
like, how
o'clock
much
poops.
someone, 6 o'clock poops. Okay, and then someone else might have the stat above everyone else that's, like, how much
7
they've run in their lives. Or 7
Yeah.
o'clock poops, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
That's what everyone would have.
Yeah, like, are you a 6 o'clock poop person or a 7 o'clock
Because if you're 6
poop
o'clock
person?
and we're not going to work out. If we're
No.
at 6 o'clock.
No.
Well, it's going to be too full.
Yeah, we're gonna have to know. We're gonna have to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
Like, we can't be at the same place
It's
at
not
6
going to
o'clock.
work, even if you don't know about it.
So it is useful.
Oh.
Because you can always...
I don't think choosing a partner has anything to do with the amount of times you poop and when.
Oh, it definitely does.
I mean, only if you have, like, one bathroom.
If you look at somebody and you have, like, 600 6 o'clock poops and someone you're interested in has, like, 700 6 o'clock poops, you can't be with that person. You
Why
can't.
not?
You can't spend more time with. You're both always trying to poop at 6. You only have one bathroom sometimes.
But, like,
What if you're in a public place together?
you get like a squatty potty. Oh, a public place. There's usually more than one stall.
I mean, but what if you're like,
And if you're straight, then there's 2 different bathrooms.
what if you're on a road trip and they only have like a porta potty? What do? It's 6 o'clock. You have to poop.
You do the man nice thing, and you let the lady go first, and you sacrifice your life of 6 o'clock poops for the woman you love. Is that beautiful or what?
That's a big sacrifice.
Oh my god.
I enjoy my 6 o'clock poops.
I feel like I'm gonna keep track of when I poop now.
Yeah,
after
you
this.
are. See, you're welcome.
I think something
I'm not happy
like
about it.
most times pooped would be a better stat.
No.
Most times pooped in like an afternoon.
Sorry, by that I meant
Like a record, like most
Like,
times.
like
Wow,
in
that's
what
a-
hour?
Because if you
1
see
hour?
somebody who's what?
If you poop more than once in an hour, you have diarrhea.
If anyone's like a 2,
Yeah.
I don't know.
so-
I'm
I
gonna have
meant
to
that
ask about it.
like time wise, like within what hour? So like you
Like
just
it
see
took them an hour to poop?
like above their head, it's just like 6 o'clock at night, and that just within that hour is the most times they've pooped in their life.
Oh, so like a bar graph.
I suppose, except for like it
It's
just
like a
comes up with the
record.
1 hour.
Yeah. It's like a record amount of times.
You're not talking like I thought you were talking like so like you have a graph that goes like 1 to 12, and then you have 1 to 24, and then like Sunday through Saturday, and then it shows like times on days
1 to 24. Oh,
for 24
for hours. I thought you were talking 24 poops in a day, and I was like, my lord.
That's
Yeah, it's
one
something to
an
see a
hour.
doctor
Something's
about.
going wrong
You
there.
gotta see a doctor. Yeah, but you're not up for 24 hours. It's 1 an hour, but it's not. It doesn't work out like
It's
that.
1 an hour. You're saying that like that's nothing. You'd have to constantly be putting in food to have that kind of excrement.
Or just
If I
really
poop,
small
if I
poops.
poop a handful of times in a day, I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Immediately concerned.
I just want everyone to know that we're about 14 and a half minutes in, and we've talked about poop way too much in this episode.
Maybe we should change gears to like pee. Anyway,
I want to see the
I wanna
clearest
see
pee
this-
I've ever taken.
I would
And also the most yellow.
I want to see a stat that shows UTIs. Anyway. So,
God.
what could be like a useful stat though? I think like a useful stat would be like how many times somebody's lied.
Ooh, interesting. But I feel like that'd be really big for everybody.
Well, yeah,
And then you just kind of like look comparatively, I guess.
but you kind of look at yourself because do you know your own stat on
Yeah,
this
do you
too?
see your own stat? Because it's above your head. So.
I suppose it's
Yeah, but if you look up, then it like
Just-
goes back.
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's just kind of ingrained in you, I guess, that you know your own stat.
You just know. Okay.
It's just in a mirror and you kind of look and you have to
Yeah.
read it backwards.
Sure.
My head.
You have take my picture.
Yeah, take my picture, please. I gotta know my stat.
Wait, do you see the stats and pictures?
That defeats
Is it
the
like a
purpose. That doesn't really matter.
Oh,
This
it
is a very
matters.
vital like
It matters.
aspect to it.
It matters how I frame my pictures.
Yeah,
Because I will frame them to the top of my head.
yeah. So you don't. Have
Oh,
to see the
actually,
stats and
for that
nobody-
you could do like a timeline of people. You just take like photos like every month and you see where their
Oh, and
stats
see
go.
Oh,
how
that'd be
often they lie.
Oh, that would be really dope.
That'd be cool.
No,
Okay,
I'm
it's
gonna
optional.
call up like a director and start this movie. And it's gonna be called Liarsburg.
Liarsburg,
Yeah, it's just a neighborhood of people.
like
Who are just-
Gettysburg,
Well, no.
like
There's more suburbs out there than Gettysburg.
are there?
Yes.
Pittsburgh.
Yes. Look, you did one yourself. You answered your own question.
Yay.
Good job. This
Uh,
guy.
That would be a cool thing for a movie though. Like everybody like has a different stat above their head.
Oh, a movie, like a mystery, right? So, like, everyone has a stat above their head, but nobody knows what it is, what it represents.
Oh, and they have to try and
They
figure
have
out
to
what the
try
stat
to
is?
Yeah, and when they figure out what the stat is, they can, like, ascend to heaven or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool. The movie's called What's Up with Stat?
I want out of this. I want a partner divorce. I'm taking 10% of the revenue.
Oh. Oh, man. J.J. Abrams, you got my number. J.J. Abrams would make that shit.
I don't... Well, maybe.
He would.
You don't know. Probably be some indie director. Because you're just like a dude. You don't have any
It's true.
film credit.
Just the dude with, like, a random idea.
You just pitch him an idea. He's like, do you have a script? Nah.
No? What? Why would I have a script, dude? Do you hear this
That's what-
plan?
that's
It's
what
golden.
you're
It writes
for.
itself.
Yeah, that's what you're for.
Yeah.
That could be cool, though.
Yeah. It's just kind of an on-the-fly movie.
Yeah. You know,
We don't have
casual.
scripts. Yeah. We just kind of make it up as we go.
It's all ad-lib.
Ooh.
It's all improv. The
Oh, it's all
entire-
Mad Lib. So
Shut
everybody
up with
writes
the
out the Mad
puns.
Lib thing.
No.
That's how they.
And one of the dude's stats is like how many Mad Libs they've written. And he gets found
He doesn't
out
even know for himself
immediately.
that it's Mad Lib.
He gets found out immediately.
Yeah.
Because they're like, dude, write a Mad Lib real quick. And
He's
then
like,
the number pops. And he's like, see you later.
Wait, does the person that people guess right, do they go to heaven?
Yeah.
So can they talk about it?
Well, they don't know what it is either.
Oh.
So you just like, you're living your life doing as much shit as you can
To see what it is.
to see what like
see
procs
what
the
pops
number. Yeah.
Wow. That's
So
like
if it's
kind of
something, like
inspirational.
real specific, like
Mhm.
6 o'clock poops,
Yeah.
right? Then like you
You're
might
like-
never find out.
Yeah.
If you
'cause-
never take a poop at
yeah.
6 o'clock.
So like, are there some like pretty generic ones where it's like,
Absolutely.
Went to
Gotta
bed.
be. Gotta be.
yeah. And
Right?
so somebody's
That
like,
guy's just poof
Yeah, he's
out of
like,
there real quick.
"Outta here."
You don't see him in the movie because he was found a while
yeah,
ago. Yeah.
he was found before filming started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before the idea even popped in our head.
And then I feel like there's just like a little cocktail bar in heaven where they all talk about their stats.
The main character,
Hmm.
right? His number is times fallen in love. But it's at 0 until he meets the special girl of his dreams, right?
All right, so I have the cast.
Is it Tobey Maguire? Are we just gonna remake
I wish it
Pleasantville?
was Tobey Maguire.
I just want to remake Pleasantville.
I just want to remake Spider-Man 2. No, it's Spider-Man 3 where he gets all bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's
What?
all
Tobey
blacked out.
Maguire, if you're listening, I have a
Yeah.
role for you.
Ooh,
I was
it's
thinking
trash.
Vince Vaughn.
Why Vince Vaughn?
Because Vince Vaughn's always the guy that has those dumb fall in love movies.
I was just like stat above my head. I don't know what
Just
the stat is.
above my head. Pretty good Vince Vaughn impressions, huh?
Vince Vaughn's I don't like Vince Vaughn.
I like Vince Vaughn. You ever seen Wedding Crashers?
Yes.
Funny movie.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. Those are my two favorite actors. Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. I'm Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow. Wow, is that a stat above your head, Vince? Wow.
I've never rolled over on my stomach because my nose is too fucking big.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank God.
I'm closer related to a toucan. Wow.
His nose acts as a kickstand.
Just props him up at night so he can
Oh
breathe
my
just
God.
fine.
It's just a 45-degree angle.
Do you think Owen Wilson's stat would be how many times he said wow in his life? It's like 7,000, but he doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize that's why he does
Owen
it.
Wilson's stat is how many times he's been compared to a Moai head, but he just doesn't
Wow.
understand. He doesn't understand it because it always goes up.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing anything. This
Wow.
number just keeps going up. Wow. This is amazing. The number. I'm at like 9,000.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. When you do Owen Wilson impressions, you just don't use your nose because he can't either.
Or you use too much nose. I can't figure out which one it is.
You just constantly like leave the nose open. Anyway, so I think it's time to move on.
I have no idea what we've been talking about.
Owen, nothing but respect, dog. dog, hit me up anytime. Anyway, so next we have on the docket here, we have the Orbi Touch. And if you don't know what an Orbi Touch is, it's a keyboard with no keys. Okay, so basically, I'll paint a picture here for those who don't do a Google machine, but it's like having two mice, I guess.
Meese, please.
Meese. Yeah, it's two Mises on both sides, and it like there's a color dial on the left side, and then on the right side there is letters and numbers and symbols that coordinate with the color. So basically, like if you want to type a W, it's like left hand up to green, and then like right hand down to W. So it's all movement based.
I'm looking at it, and I just feel like it's way more trouble than a regular keyboard.
Okay, so this is what's interesting about the Orbi Touch.
How long have we been using keyboards? Since what, like first grade or something? Something crazy?
Yeah, okay, but this is supposed to eliminate typing.
Tunnel?
Yeah, like carpal tunnel, things like that, like muscular problems where repetitive motions cause ligaments to break down over time, stuff like that. So like what they say is after about 5 hours of practice on the Orbi Touch, you are at a third of your typing speed, your normal typing speed. So if you type 100 words a minute, you're at 33 with the Orbi Touch after 5 hours.
Interesting.
And it's the way it works though is the reason it works like that is because when you use a keyboard, you're using wrist down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you use the Orbi Touch, you use shoulder down. There's a lot more muscle from your shoulder
it's
all the way
spread
down.
out.
Well, the more muscle you use, the more muscle memory is built up faster. So your
That makes
arm
sense.
will remember right up to get an M or something like that.
Interesting.
Whatever letter.
Yeah.
And I guess it's also super popular with people with autism because the colors help them
I could definitely see that.
remember.
I could definitely see that. The only thing that you couldn't use it for, like, you couldn't use the mouse and it at the same time very well. So if
it has a built-in mouse feature.
It does for like gaming.
Basically, like it
Well,
can be
gaming
used.
could be
it
really
can be
difficult.
used for gaming, actually.
How?
But basically, you
Wow.
take both of the like the nubs and you go down twice, and it goes to mouse mode, and then your right hand is a mouse.
Interesting.
Pretty genius.
Right?
That's pretty cool. Okay.
This thing is badass.
Yeah.
Now the thing I don't like about it is it's $400.
Oh.
But
No thanks.
Wow.
I'm out.
well, you also have to think though, like this is new right now, right? So like in 10 years, this will
Were you
be
about to say
outdated.
100 years?
I didn't mean to say 100 years, but don't worry about it. Well, maybe in 100 years this is the norm. You don't know.
Oh.
You don't know where this goes.
So wait, does this...
Prediction.
I'm looking at it. Does this thing work by moving these mouse things, or does it
Yes.
go by twisting them?
You move them. It's kind of got like a...
So it's like a sensory
It's like a
pad.
joystick.
It's like a joystick, yeah. Kind of like a sensory pad.
Okay,
It's like a... If you understand the, like the DS analog.
Okay.
It's an analog, basically.
Yeah.
But it's flat.
I've got a nice picture here. I'll try to edit it in. I think it would help
Yeah,
really
it's,
describe how this thing works.
It's really cool looking, and I think I can understand how it works. It would just take a little bit to get used to.
So my problems with it, number one is I think it requires a certain type of desk almost to keep it still.
That's true.
Because it doesn't come with like an anchor.
No.
So when you're moving it, it's
Yeah.
moving it around because it's just plastic.
Yeah.
So I think if you were to get like some Velcro strips or something, it would solve it.
For $400, I feel like it should come with Velcro.
It should come with it. I think it's got like some rubber pads on the bottom, but that's
Yeah.
not enough for your movement like that.
Because how much you're moving that thing has got to be insane compared to a regular keyboard.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's super cool. I would love to use one. But I could see this being used in classrooms for children who have special needs to learn how to type in maybe a more interesting way.
Yeah, I could definitely see this being. It looks like something that would be used in
And
a
I
classroom
think-
for.
Yeah. And if I think it was a lot less money, then it could be a real possibility. At 400, it's not likely to be put in any classrooms or anything like that. But
No, yeah.
if it was like $100,
What if
then
in
I
like
could see
4
Please, with
years
how much
you
funding
just
we
see
have.
this like Korean kid just going ham on it, and he's just like typing like 60 words a minute. He just hands just
Well, what's-
are going nuts.
60 words a minute? Is that good?
for the Orbi Touch.
Because I feel like 120 words per minute is like a good typing speed, is it?
Could you type 120 a minute?
I have no idea how fast I can type.
Isn't that like a good typing speed? Like
I'd do like
120 words
60.
per minute?
I'm at like 60, and I'm on my computer all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I haven't done like an Ainsworth in a while,
Me. Wow, Ainsworth. That's a throwback.
but
Uh,
you're looking up like normal typing speed.
yeah. Come on, internet.
Back in
There you
school,
go.
I used to just like cheat my way through all those computer classes and totally ignore home row, and then I just
How do
kind of developed my own kind of like half
Do you
style
not use home row?
it's kind of between home row, but I don't necessarily use every finger to hit the precise key that I'm supposed to.
Dale only uses 2 fingers.
Yeah, you're a pecker.
No. Like I still like half use home row, but like, why would you ever use your like left index finger to hit Y? I probably would in something I was typing, but I don't like miss a beat. That kind of thing.
I don't. Is that even a thing though?
So, I was typing in average typing speed, and like one of the suggestions was average typing speed kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Are you typing in kilometers
Hey,
per hour?
Dale, just so you know, you're supposed to hit the Y with your right index finger.
I know. What I'm saying
Yeah,
is that
you
I might
should.
just like hit it with my left, but not miss a beat because I've kind of just developed.
But that's stupid. Why?
I think half of it's just knowledge of the keyboard and just knowing where all the keys are.
I know where all the keys are.
I definitely know where all the keys
Yeah,
are.
they put those little orange cover things over the keyboard in computers class.
Socks on your hands.
What?
You never put socks on your hands?
No.
Oh, they totally put socks on our hands.
Socks on your hands?
Why?
Yeah.
That doesn't keep you from seeing what keys you're pushing.
Absolutely it does.
That just makes it difficult to type.
How much more difficult would it be to type if you had webbed fingers? And you didn't know where the keys were?
Immensely.
Yeah.
No, but like
That's
that
the
doesn't-
same effect. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Because because you can't see.
So
you also
so
can't
you have
type
to
very well.
type through the suck. That's weird.
What? No. In our elementary school, what they did was they had like these orange covers, and they would put them over, and it would actually just cover the keyboard, but still have the keys all accessible. So
How much you want to
could
bet
type.
those covers cost more than $1?
I don't actually know how much the covers were, but they were.
If
Pretty
they're more
standard.
than $1, that's bullshit. Because you can just use a towel. This is the same exact
No,
thing.
because it's stifles the keyboard. Stifle, is that the right word?
What do you mean it stifles the keyboard?
Like, it makes it so you can't type the keys as well. This makes it so you can still type just fine, but you can't see what the keys are.
Why wouldn't you just put a towel over your hands?
What?
If I have my fingers like this on a standard QWERTY, right? And then somebody puts a towel over the top of my hands.
Exactly what Jacob's talking about. And it is $15. No, $16 on Amazon.
Put your hands on this keyboard.
Yeah. This is not a towel, though. This is not weighted. This is a wrapper from Taco Bell.
If this was a towel, though, you still wouldn't be able to see the keys.
Yes, but it's weighted, so your hands can't type as well.
You can't type with a towel on your hands.
No!
Oh my god.
Probably not. It's weighted.
Probably. You've never tried. Towels aren't that heavy.
They're fairly heavy. I have poor finger
I'm
strength.
not saying a huge...
You know what? I didn't want to talk about it, but I have
Like
poor finger
a
strength.
washcloth
I'm talking
over
like a
your hands.
rag.
Also,
Yeah,
I sent you a link
washcloth.
to what Jacob was talking about, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
let
probably
me see
stupid and
this.
too expensive.
It is. It's like 16
I'm already
bucks.
mad about it.
Yep, that's it.
This is fucking
That's
dumb.
the thing. They'll learn to type keyboard skin.
This is fucking dumb.
I'm sure you can find it for much cheaper. How is it dumb? All the keys are really accessible, and you don't have a fucking towel on your
Because they're
hands.
still harder to touch because they're all got this nylon on top of them. So when you press the key down, it slings in the stuff from the other keys.
No, they're all separated, so that doesn't happen.
Maybe on this keyboard,
That's how on every single one of them.
on this laptop that you are using right now.
You
that
can't
would not
use it on a
happen.
laptop.
Exactly.
It's for a keyboard.
What public school do you know that uses a keyboard like that
All of
and not
them.
laptops? Maybe like in the library. I'm talking like in classrooms.
No, this was back when I was in elementary school, is what I'm saying.
When I was in elementary school, we used laptops.
I just.
It's probably about 50-50.
What school did you go to?
Riverview Falcons. I was a Falcon, dog.
Really?
Yeah. I used to play the bongos in the in the auditorium for our whatever they're called. What do they call this?
I have
Where
no
you,
idea what you're talking
everyone,
about.
Everyone goes to the gym. They do like an announcement meme.
Assembly?
Assembly.
Why did you play the bongos?
Because we had this chant that we did like we were sacrificing to the gods. It used to go bum bam bum bum bam bum bum bam bum bum bam, and then everyone would go Riverview Falcons treating others right. Riverview Falcons respect others' rights. And then, boom bam boom bam every time.
Bring the small one.
Yeah, basically. There'd be a fire.
He's like,
and we'd all
no,
stop.
no, no, please.
Yeah.
Respect others' rights. We have the right to sacrifice you. Alex over there going hard on the bongos.
I was pretty good at it. I used to want to be a
Yeah, you were
music
afraid
guy.
if you weren't good at it, they were going to sacrifice
Absolutely.
you. You had to be good.
I also was the only kid at the entire school who got to play the big xylophone at our whatever band. It wasn't an assembly. It was for our parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
A recital?
A recital, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for it was a big ass xylophone. Like I had to move over to hit the other end of the
A
xylophone.
marimba is the word you were looking for.
This was not a marimba.
It
It was like
massive.
okay. Well, this one had like each key had its own separate box.
What do you mean
Like it had its
separate
own
box?
housing. Like it was like a hollow box and then a big key across it.
Yeah. That's a marimba.
Dog, I know that my elementary school did not have a marimba. Okay, imagine this, but like hella bigger.
Marimbas are huge, dude.
Yeah, I don't think you realize how big a marimba is.
Yeah.
No. Okay, these keys are right.
Dude.
But they were all separate.
No, you played a marimba. I played percussion.
It wasn't on this, though.
What do you mean it wasn't on that?
It was like each key was separated by boxes. So, like, if you wanted to haul the marimba from the choir room to the gym, you had to bring, like, all the boxes with it. It was like 13 parts.
Boxes? What?
It was like 13...
What kind of weird instrument were you playing?
I don't know. All I know it was huge, and it was the loudest one. And I just banged the shit out of them.
Type in silent
Big with boxes.
Big with boxes.
That's a big-ass marimba.
Hold on. Scroll back up. Was that right in the top right? All the way up. All the way up. All the way up. That?
Yes.
Like that?
Like that.
What?
It was like a shitload of these.
Bass box.
Yeah, I played the bass box.
The
in
bass
elementary
box?
school.
I've never heard of that instrument.
It sounds exactly like a marimba.
I played percussion for so long and I've never heard of a bass box.
I typed in bass box, and all I did was get speakers.
Oh yeah, that's
Type in marimba with big boxes and you'll find it.
it's the top right photo in the first row.
Oh, my battery's dying
Here it
on
is,
my
bass
laptop.
box.
That's not good.
We're running on fumes, boys.
That's
I did
so
not bring my
crazy.
charger.
Girl
Crush,
Marimba
Marimba remix. Like Girl Crush, like that country song?
I like to think it's just a song by, like, Dream Street.
Shout out to Dream Street.
You know who Dream Street is?
Nope.
Oh. It was like...
Oh, I'm sure I do, but
It was a poor handful of boys who had to compete with, like, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC in the 90s. Yeah. Emily had their CD. She used to do this thing when she'd listen to it. She'd carry the CD around with her, right?
Mhm.
And then she would point to the singer who was singing when they were singing.
Oh
I
my.
remember very distinctly that happening. I wonder if they're as rad as I remember. I know their music is probably awful.
Dream Street. Let's see these guys.
Oh my god, they're like 10.
They are 10. Wow,
What
they're
the
really
fuck?
young. Is that allowed?
Okay, these guys are really young. What the hell?
This looks like a bad high school sitcom.
Yo, somebody's mom had to. This is like.
Oh, nice. Dream Street with all my heart.
Actually,
Google that so you can see the... Wait, why does that one guy have a white rose and everybody else has red roses?
He's taken.
Does that mean he's married?
I don't know.
Kid looks like he's 14.
It's
Oh,
the-
he also looks like the first kid that would ever grow a mustache in middle school, though.
like. I didn't even know that they did it this young. that people
Oh,
sang.
man. You know what was a good band?
Oh shit! There he is now. He's got a dog.
Aw, that's a cute little German Shepherd.
I
You
do.
know what was a good band?
Huh?
The Naked Brothers Band. You
No.
remember that show?
No. Well, I do. Yo, Jesse McCartney was in Dream Street.
What?
Fuck you. Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah. He was one of the main singers. It was before he got his own little thing.
Wow.
Yeah. That guy needs to cut that out.
Matt Ballinger.
It's Ballinger.
Ballinger? That sounds really familiar.
That's because
It's probably not, but...
Josh, Reagan's roommate.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Jesse McCartney before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what Jesse McCartney looks like now? Wow.
Like, I'd do it.
Goodness.
Anyway.
What a dreamboat. Just do a quick Google search for the Naked Brothers Band.
I don't want to look at them, though.
But they were a good group of kids.
I feel like I'm going to find things I don't want to find.
Yeah, you know what? That's a sketchy Google search,
Why
actually.
I'm
have
gonna do it
we
anyway,
just
'cause we're
digressed
here.
into just Googling things?
Yeah, this is us. This is the podcast where we just Google things and look at them now. All right, let's move
You know
on.
how angsty they are. I don't want to go to school.
They are angsty. Let's move on, Dale. What did you have next?
So I know Alec owned one. Did you own a GameCube, Jacob?
I did not own a GameCube. My neighbor that lived 2 houses down from us owned a GameCube, and the only reason we ever talked to her was that we could use her GameCube.
Wow.
Yeah, she was kind of the worst. Only child meme. Sound familiar, Dale?
Yeah.
I'm not There's nothing inherently wrong with being an only child.
But this one in particular was the worst.
I think you're the worst.
I am the worst.
You're just mean.
I am mean.
That poor little girl.
Yeah.
She said, I'm making a friend today. And you said, no, we're using you.
We were using her. We played Mario Party a lot. Good game.
Like, Dale, what would you say the best GameCube game is?
Overall, I would probably say Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Ooh, I forgot about that. That's a good shout.
It's so not, though. It's so not the best game, though.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
You guys ever heard of Kirby Air Ride?
I owned it. I actually owned that. I did
greatest
not
game.
own Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I owned both of them, and I can tell you as an owner of both of them, Kirby Air Ride is unparalleled in the world of GameCube.
Oh my goodness.
Because, like, who doesn't want to be Kirby? He's just the cutest of characters.
I mean, you can be Kirby in Super Smash.
Yeah, but Kirby sucks. He's low tier.
Really? Because I probably played the most of him.
Kirby is definitely a low tier.
Why is Kirby a low tier?
He's too floaty.
Yeah?
I can actually, like, real talk.
Pull up the tier list.
Yeah, I can find a tier
of
list.
Super Smash Bros.
I just know Fox is number 1.
Really? I hated
Really?
playing as Fox.
Fox is the best because he's the fastest. There's like, I know like probably too much about Smash Bros. Considering I never play it.
Hold on.
It looks
That
like
was not hard to find.
what, the tier list?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kirby.
it looks like Kirby's at the bottom next to Bowser and Pichu.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's all the fast characters. It's always all the fast characters, and like every single iteration, it's always all the fastest characters.
Really? Dr. Mario made it in the middle?
Yeah, he's above Mario because Mario didn't have a cape or something like that. I don't know, something stupid. His overview was bad.
Yeah, the only Kirby game I ever played was Kirby and the Magic Mirror, and I played that on my Game Boy SP.
But it's not as good as like Kirby Dream Land.
I never played Kirby Dream Land.
That's
I never
the
played
best
a
one.
Kirby
That one's
game
for
besides
64.
Airride.
Really? The best 64 game?
Okay.
Pokemon Stadium.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's up.
It's right up there.
The problem with Stadium for me though is that there's no like, if you don't have somebody to play with, you might as well just not play it.
That's true. Yeah. If you don't have anybody to play with, sorry.
Yeah, you just like you can play the story. There's actually what's amazing is that Pokemon Stadium is like one of the longest recorded speedruns that's like actually competed for.
Really?
It's about 22 hours or so.
Wow.
To get through Pokemon Stadium.
Wow.
Like all the way through?
Yeah, so you beat like the 4 gyms, and then you beat the 8 gyms, the Elite Four, and then you have to go through like 6 times and do it like over and over again. So that's Pokemon Stadium speedrun. It's quite intense.
I just don't know if I could sit down and watch a 22-hour speed run of Pokemon Stadium.
You know, the dude streams it.
Really?
I don't know why.
Have you guys seen that video of the guy who beats Super Mario 60? No, it's the original Super Mario Bros. In like 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah, and it's I think it's
like
been
that.
bumped down to like 450 or something.
Oh my gosh, really?
But it's
how? Because he like did every jump perfectly.
So it's one of the most intense ones out there because like everything is 100% frame perfect.
Yeah.
And like the jumps, the most ideal jumps are 100% frame perfect. And what's more amazing to watch than just the speedrun is to watch the speedrun next to the ideal speedrun and watch them go, and they're nearly identical.
Wow, that's crazy. Do they have ideal speedruns of games?
Yeah,
where you can watch,
it's called It's called a TAS, a tool-assisted speedrun.
Mm.
And basically what it is that if a jump's not perfect, then they'll reload and try again.
Mm.
So they'll save all the perfect jumps
Yeah.
and cut out all the bad ones.
Oh. Okay.
So tool-assisted would just be like the ultimate cheat.
Yeah.
So they consider tool-assisted speedruns to be the perfect time.
So it's just a speed run with like save states.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
But it's considered the perfect time because everything is right on target.
Dale, did you play Nintendo 64? What game did you like?
64? I never owned one. I think I remember playing GoldenEye at my neighbor's house.
GoldenEye was fun. Did you ever play GoldenEye?
I didn't play GoldenEye. My friend had it, but his mom. It was his older brother's game, so his mom never let us play it. So anytime I went over there, we were only allowed to play Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon Stadium because my mom asked her if we could not play GoldenEye.
Wow. Because it had guns.
Yeah, that's the precise reason.
My neighbor had GoldenEye, and whenever I'd kill him too many times, he'd unplug my controller. And then I'd tell his mom, and I was like, Brady cheated. And she'd be like, tough shit.
Funny story about games with guns. My parents got me an Xbox 360 one year for Christmas, and that Christmas we'd spent the night at my grandparents' house, so we could just open up their presents, and open up all of our family's presents all at once. And they got the 360, and so I really wanted to play it, and I was really looking to play it, and they got me Modern Warfare 2. And the only stipulation they said was that I could not play it while I was at my grandparents' house. So while everybody was playing games down in the basement and everything, I took my 360 and I plugged it in and played it in my grandparents' computer room, and I was sitting there playing Modern Warfare 2, and it was the level. I got to the No Russians level, which was impressive.
I am unfamiliar with that.
It's basically a level where you go in with an LMG and you just spray down civilians.
You go into an airport
and
do a bit of a
in an
terrorist
airport.
Oh.
Yeah, you can skip it, but I didn't know what it was, and so my grandma just walked in on me mowing down civilians in an airport and was very upset that my parents would buy me anything like that.
Wow.
So I was not able to play Modern Warfare 2 for the next 4 days after Christmas.
Wow, 4 days?
Yeah.
That's quite the punishment.
It was really long, and
There's 365 days in a year.
Yeah, and I wasn't, you can't punish a kid that much for wanting to play with their Christmas present on Christmas Day.
Sure you can.
Why not?
You can if you explicitly tell them that they can't.
Yeah, but you win some, you lose some.
Oh my... No.
I feel like you lost that one.
Parenting's a battle that you pick your battles.
I agree with Dale. I think you lost that one.
Also, No Russians the second mission.
Is it really the second mission?
It's the second or third.
I know nothing about Modern Warfare.
Was it really the second mission?
I think so.
I didn't think it was.
I don't know, because I never played it.
It's a pretty intense way to get into the game. It's just to go straight.
I just know the level, because I never played Modern Warfare 2.
Best Call of Duty game? Modern Warfare 2, without
Black
a doubt.
Ops.
No.
Yes.
Black Ops 1?
Yes. And I guarantee you Dale agrees.
I think
Which one
Black
did you
Ops
start
2
playing on?
was the best.
Oh,
Okay, No
my
Russian was the
God.
fourth mission.
Okay, No Russians was 4.
Thank you. There was no way it was the second level.
Why is Black Ops 2 the best one, Dale?
Now,
Because this is an opinion I don't hear. Because everyone always just says Modern Warfare 2.
that's because
the
a
best
lot
one.
for a lot of people it was their
Because
first
they're all
game.
basic. Yeah, exactly. That's the argument I always have. Is that people love Modern Warfare 2 because it's the first M-rated game that their parents allowed them to buy. Because we were all around 14 at the time, and our parents were like, "Well, it can't be that bad." So they got it for us because we begged them for it forever. And they're like, "Here's Modern Warfare 2, the newest Call of Duty that came out now that you're 15." And you're like, "Hell yeah!" And all my friends have it too, so I'm gonna play it with all my friends. And that's why it's everyone's favorite. It is there's nothing special about it.
That's a very, very valid argument.
It's the experience you have with the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I
were-
can fully agree with that. In my opinion, it was my favorite game because I spent so many hours in that game. I spent so many hours playing online, getting my first nuke, playing cops and robbers, just doing all different things. And it was like the first real experience I had with online gaming. And it was the first real experience I had with playing games with friends. And, like, it was crazy to me.
Now, they were probably
I don't know. I'm very
5 major, somewhat major changes away from it being a outstandingly good game.
I can agree with that. I think that there were some things that needed to be changed, but I don't know. For me, it didn't do it, but I also logged the most hours into Black Ops. In fact, Black Ops is how I met Dale
Yeah.
a very long time ago. And, yeah, it's actually crazy how many people I know that I talk to on a regular basis now that I met on Black Ops. It's kind of insane to think about. Because, like, I'm sure it's, for a lot of people it's the same way.
Was Black Ops the first game that you played in the Call of Duty series?
No.
No. What did you play?
COD 4.
COD 4, dude.
Same.
I played those, but I started playing Modern Warfare 2 like religiously. Like I remember nights
Yeah.
where my mom said I had to go to bed, and I would wake back up, turn the TV on, turn the volume all the way down to 0, and play for the next
I used to
4
do that,
hours
yeah.
on to like 1 a.m. and I had school the next day.
Yeah. I remember
Modern
very
Warfare 2 is like
vividly-
the first game I ever got like on release.
I didn't get any of the Call of Duties on release. I got Black Ops. Well, I got Black Ops, and then I got MW2 after Black Ops had already been popular, and they had a sale, and it was like $20 for MW2.
Yeah, because it got real bad with like people just
The
scamming
hacking
and
and
hacking and
everything.
horrible. I remember
15 prestige lobbies.
Yeah, I got into one of those one time, and I didn't know I was in there, and the guy didn't know I was in there, so I was just gaining levels like really quick. It was crazy. I got Black Ops on release, midnight release. I got Black Ops 2 on midnight release, and I got did not get Ghost on midnight release. I got Modern Warfare 3 on midnight release.
I think I traded Shelton some random game that I hated for Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost is a bad game.
Well, they're all
It had a few
No.
qualities,
Call of Duty's
kinda,
bad.
It's
but-
not that bad.
Yeah, it is.
People give it a lot more harm
If-
because a bunch of little kids play it.
Okay, if you played Call of Duty
Mm-hmm.
back then, right,
Okay.
but you didn't play it with your friends,
Yes.
and the community is as toxic as it is,
Yes.
you would hate it.
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
The only reason this is the whole reason that this argument is comes up for me though, with the MW2 being the best one. It's just the first one. It's the one that the reason it's fun is because you play with your friends.
yeah.
There are tons of games that Dale and I play that are shit, but like we play them together, so it makes them more fun.
Yeah.
However, I
Like
did
Smite.
play
Like Smite.
most
We love Smite.
of Black Ops 2 alone, and it's still my favorite.
I don't know why. Well, like I played a lot of Black Ops 2, but I got really serious about diamond guns, and it ruined it for me.
I spent so much time with
It
Diamond
absolutely ruined it for me
I don't
because
even-
that was back.
I saw it as a challenge.
That was back. Yeah, that was back when I was a lot angrier than I am now.
Guns. I remember
If
those
that's
days.
even possible.
What was I going to talk about? Man, I just had something up there.
I remember very vividly there was one night that Dale and I were playing zombies, and it was like 1 a.m, and we had just started the game on Ascension, and my mom came down and was like, "What are you still doing up?" And I was like, "Well, Dale and I are playing this game." It was like a Saturday too, and she was like, "You need to turn it off." And I was like, "Well, but like, I'm right in the middle of this," and she's like, "Well, Dad told me that you could turn it off at any point and it would save it." And I was like, "But that doesn't work in online games." And she goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna sit here until you're done." And little did she know there was a glitch where you could never get hit by a zombie.
Yep, I know exactly which
So
one you're
Laura
talking
sat there for like 2 hours, and then she was just pissed. She just sat there with her arms crossed. "You almost done?" "No, we're still going. It goes till we die." She was pissed.
Oh, man.
Until eventually she just got up. She's like, off after this game. And I didn't. I think we went for another one. Because it always ended the same way. Because it was like the person in the glitch spot was...
I don't think I was there for that.
RPK. It was like RPK, HK, and Galil. Because they had the most ammo.
Yep.
And then if you ran out of ammo, you had to hope that you could get back.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yep, you just had to hope you can get back into the spot, and if you didn't, then that was your game. That was when it was over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played with the Brits that game. That was my first interaction with British people. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Because like there were these guys, and they used all of the English slang.
Oh yeah.
They call people wankers. They would talk like when they talk about a hot chick, they'd call her a fit bird.
Yeah.
All.
Wait, that's where you picked that up from?
I remember you said
that is totally where I picked that up.
You said
yeah.
fit bird for so long.
It's such a good way to say it though, right? Like. No.
No.
I thought I was in middle school, so nobody gave a shit anyway.
Yeah.
But like, they would always get on like late at night for us, and I'd be like, "Man, what time is it there? It's pretty late here." And they'd be like, "Oh, it's like 8." And I was like, "Oh, don't you have like things to do?" Like, nope. They would get on all hours of the night. They still do, actually.
That's
they just
crazy.
played. I don't know what they played.
I don't know. I think they got really into Destiny and stuff.
That's some throwbacks right there.
Yeah, they probably did get really into Destiny. I think everyone's getting into Destiny. I'm not happy about it. I don't want it.
There's
I
one
can't talk
thing
down
that I
on
think
it. I never
Destiny
played
does
it.
do well.
Never
and that is
played the first one.
commercials.
I think the Destiny commercials are good.
I just
I
saw
think
one
that-
earlier today, and it was quite enjoyable.
Well, they have the one where it's like the I'm gonna get dogged if I don't know what it is, but it's some band that is very popular in like the 80s.
Sabotage by the Beastie Boys.
That's it. It is Sabotage.
Yes,
by the
that's the one I watched.
Wow, 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 wow.
No, that's What You Want.
Is it? Oh yeah. Oh, you're right.
Sabotage is like,
Yeah,
yeah. That's the one.
God, the Beastie Boys are so good.
The Beastie Boys are probably what I would consider to be the perfect band for a action-packed commercial. Maybe like them or like Aerosmith or something.
Yeah.
Or like War Pigs.
The Beastie Boys is what I think is the perfect band for someone that's in their 40s that think they're a lot better than they are.
That's probably more real than you think it is.
Yeah. Oh man, we've covered a lot, and yet nothing all at the same time this episode.
Yeah, but isn't that what it's all about, right? It's a human experience.
That is what it's all about. We're just human here.
We're just people.
Well, in about 18 hours, I'm gonna take a nice poop. So that'll be.
You
6
got it all
o'clock.
timed out, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be 6 o'clock.
Why not? Why not in like 5.5, 6.5 hours? Like why not 6 a.m. too?
No. I won't be up at 6 a.m. Like, if my stat was 6 a.m. poops, you would just never see it. It would be 0. I'm just never
I'd
up
see
that
it
early.
or just be a 0.
That's true. You would still see it.
But that goes back to we'd never find out what your stat is.
Yeah, I just wouldn't know what my stat was
You
because I never take a 6 a.m.
You never
poop.
ascend
Oh,
or
shame.
whatever the.
I'd be stuck with Owen Wilson.
Oh,
It's just me
my
and Owen in
God.
the world.
And that is not a world I want to live in.
Owen, you want to go get a pizza? Wow, that sounds like a great idea.
Wow, you like anchovies?
No one likes anchovies, Owen. Wow, I do.
What do you mean? They're amazing.
They're salty. Wow.
They're so salty.
So, tune in next week for the next episode of the Owen Wilson podcast.
Yeah,
We're going to have Owen on the show.
We just do impressions of. I won't want to say bad, but probably like he's probably like okay. I think Owen Wilson is a very likable actor who is only in shit films.
Dude, Night at the
Right?
Museum? Good movies.
Oh, put me down. I'm a little man. Right, it's like the same. It's like the same thing every time.
Oh man.
He's probably up there with like Kevin James for like
dude,
likable actors who are in shit films.
Paul
Kevin
Blart
James
Mall
is not a
Cop
Jimmy
1
Fallon
and
guy.
2.
But like, what's he promoting on Jimmy Fallon?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Exactly. He's not promoting anything. He's ashamed of everything he's on. Is he promoting Pixels 2? I
Oh.
fucking hope not.
Oh,
Oh, you know
Pixel.
what? Owen Wilson was in Cars.
What? Who was he?
He was Lightning. Ka-chow.
That's
Owen Wilson is Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
No,
Wait,
he
really?
is
I did not know that.
What? You didn't? What is these people? You don't know who?
I've only ever seen the
Really?
first one like
Yeah, I can
once.
hear it now.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Wow.
Ka-wow. Race cars don't need headlights.
Because the track's always lit.
The track is always lit. Wow.
Oh man. Well,
I think
been
that's
about
about
an hour,
yeah.
so
I think that's about all the time we have this week. Make sure if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. If you like this podcast, hit the like button. Make sure you comment down below what stat you would like to see over people's heads. And
definitely what we should talk about next.
Yeah,
'cause
what we
we're
should talk
always
about
open
next.
for ideas.
for
We
sure.
are always open. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Keep them coming, and we'll
Yeah.
keep them coming.
Signing out.
Bye.